Disney sucks this week on Jim Joe Steve Show.
Here's a story about 20 years ago. Three bros who grew up in Baltimore to the beach show. Every summer they had to go before they got married with kids. Now they all grown. Long trips to New York and Toronto. Playing beer pong with Captain Morgan's. Free throws. And if you don't know, now you know. Coming in hot, Jim Joe Steve Show.
Hi, and welcome back to some more Jim Joe Steve Show. We're here to entertain the shit out of you, and that's what we're going to do.
Or attempt to.
Or attempt to. I'm here with a couple of my friends. My name's Joe.
I am Steve.
I'm Jim.
And we are
Jim Joe
Steve Show.
Oh, I like that.
That's good. Good.
Should that be a new thing?
That was on
No, let's not make that a thing.
How we doing?
I'm doing great.
I think this is the first time that we've all been drinking a beer at the same time in a while. Because Steve's usually drinking some sort of cute drink. And
I know he doesn't like that, what he's drinking.
yeah,
No.
he's doing it under duress. He's just sitting there sniffing into the microphone, sipping beers.
Well, I sprayed his microphone with peppermint oil, and
know.
I think he just likes the way it smells.
Yeah, it's burning my face.
Yeah, my eyes are on fire. But my voice is still sexy.
So how's everybody? And we just got through
Spring break.
Spring break.
Spring break was good. Took Joe to the science center.
Really?
Saw
I did.
some dinos.
Did some science.
Yeah, saw some science.
I think I did the exact same thing I always do, hanging out with kids.
Yeah.
Sounds like
But
fun.
one of us did something a little bit out of the norm.
Would you
Who
say
was that?
maybe it was magical?
I would guess it was magical.
Magical is not a great description.
It was magical that you didn't kill anyone.
So, yeah, the wife and I took the family to Disney.
There were people who loved Disney,
And then
and
there's
then
the
there's,
rest of us.
then there's Jim.
When I worked at my last job, there was this IT guy that worked at our company, and I don't know if he had kids. He was
Jean
older.
jacket guy?
Jean jacket guy. Had a jean jacket covered in pins from
I
Disney.
was about to ask if he has the pins.
Oh, all the pins. He and his wife moved to Florida, like just to be closer to Disney World. It's like, what a fucking
That is
kind of weirdo.
might be my nightmare.
Oh, yeah. Especially since it's also Central Florida.
Did you ever watch the Florida Project?
No.
Is that like the dark side of Disney?
It's basically the places that are like right around Disney. People live in like motels.
Why?
They live in because they can't afford a house, so they pay motels monthly rates, and they work. It's a crazy movie.
It sounds terrible.
An odd fact or interesting fact, when Walt Disney was deciding to build in Disney, he had to do it in secret because he was afraid that if people caught wind of him buying land,
Oh, jack up the
it would
prices.
jack up the price. So he spent a couple $1 million opening up a bunch of LLCs and buying small plots of land in different LLCs so nobody caught on.
Nice.
And then once he finally caught everything up, it jumped up the per acre by $80,000.
Good on you, Walt.
Good guy, Walt.
Jim
Great guy.
did his research before he went down to Disney.
Oh.
Jim's like, this is going to be a training exercise.
Yeah, so when he walks around with Nicole, he can be like, "Well, over here, they put the trash cans far enough away so that you don't throw your trash on the ground."
I do like the landscaping of Disney. That's why I went back.
Yeah, they changed like all the dead flowers. Like if a flower dies, it's changed out that
in
night.
the middle of the night, there's people cutting
Yeah.
the grass.
Yeah.
So that you don't see them cutting the grass.
Yeah.
Or that you hear
Perfect.
them
Yep.
In the
you know,
middle of the night, they cut grass.
at like 3 a.m. The guys, and plus I think it might be have to do because it's so damn hot that they can't do it in the middle of the day because they would
I guess
die.
I guess they can just leave the lights on and it's bright enough to, or they probably
Another thing, and they had
night
this.
vision goggles.
They had this Augusta also. There are no mirrors in any of the bathrooms because it keeps you going faster. Like you don't stop and look at yourself in the mirror, so it keeps you moving through the bathroom quicker.
I
No mirrors in any of the bathrooms.
didn't notice that.
I know because it's one of those things that doesn't really matter that much. If,
No, you know what? They did have mirrors in the bathroom, but they were not on the sinks. They were when you start to walk out.
Oh,
to the-
okay.
you know, so you
Like
could
right,
look-
right by the door.
Yeah,
so
so you could
So you're
check
still
yourself.
kind of walking out.
Right, so you're not
Yeah.
holding up the.
yeah, 'cause
No
you're-
mirrors
you're
above
not
the
gonna-
sinks.
Well, how was it? How was the flight?
The flight for me was great. I sat with my daughter, and unfortunately, my son sat with my wife. And anyone
Nicole, if you guys don't know, Nicole doesn't like to fly.
she hates to fly.
Oh, really? As much as she hates driving over bridges?
Oh, you've never seen pictures of? Well, yeah, you don't have social media, but she puts her hoodie up, ties it tight like Kenny. When
JJ does that. Remember JJ when he gets on the plane?
That's because JJ's just trying to put himself in this like sensory deprivation scenario and go to sleep.
But she'll put on her headphones, her sunglasses, and then she'll rock back and forth and scare everyone around her. So whoever is the unfortunate one that's sitting next to her, I just laugh.
I always say I don't like to fly. It's just so I can get cocktails before I get on the plane. It's like I'm like it takes the edge off a little bit.
I love flying. I'm still blown away that they're able to get a big hunk of metal off the ground every single time.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
And I think it's that few times
That just seems to worry people a little too much.
I always think it's out of my hands. So fuck it. Like if we're going down.
Exactly. I'm not lucky enough to win the lottery. I'm not unlucky enough to die in a plane crash.
Did they serve drinks? Or,
yeah, they serve drinks.
I remember
and
you
said they weren't. So
I didn't think they did.
They did, yeah.
Did you have to pay for any of them?
Nope.
Oh, there you go. He's keeping it alive.
The streak is
strong.
alive.
Yeah. I think if you're just a normal person or make eye contact, they're like,
You know
This
what?
dude's cool.
They are probably happy because they're like, oh my god, at least this guy's
he's wearing his mask.
wearing his mask.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight with this asshole.
I want to shake your hand.
And I don't want to discourage anyone from going to Disney. Have you guys been?
I
know
have.
you have been once.
I've been twice.
Okay, you've been to Disney?
Yes, I've been. I mean, when I was little, and then I took Caitlin when she was like 10, I think.
Okay.
Oh, if we're talking about when we went as children, I went once also. It's funny. We lived in Florida for 9 years, and I went to Disney when we moved to Maryland, like a year or two after we moved to Maryland.
So my experience with a child, I have experienced that.
Okay. Well, Disney is strange because no matter what you do, you fail every time. But when you get home, you're like, I think I can do it better.
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
I never felt like we failed. Like when we went,
Because
like I felt like we
you
did.
can't do everything. It's not possible. And you always think maybe there's a way that I could tighten it up.
What do you mean, like do everything?
What do you mean? There's so
Like
much
get on
shit
every ride and do
Yeah,
every
like
show
yeah,
and all that shit.
Right. Like there's just too
Oh.
much to do. And then when you get back and people say, "Oh, did you do this?" And you're like, no, I didn't do that. Oh no, you got to do that.
But how many rides in any given park? Well, I've only actually ever been to the Magic Kingdom. So, but
Oh, really? You've never been to any of the other parks?
no.
Joe, so let me tell you about Disney. They have multiple parks.
Well, I
The
know.
thing
but
about Disney is there's more to it than Magic
You've
Kingdom.
never been to Epcot, the greatest part of Disney
and
ever.
I will agree.
No.
And I hated Epcot when I went the first time, like as a
As a
child,
kid?
because
Yeah.
it's not. But as an adult, that is the best.
To just drink
Right.
beers in
Right.
and just
Right.
have a drink in every one of those little countries.
I drank cucumber sake, which was fucking.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It was perfect, served by this
Japanese.
white dude.
Oh,
But he had on the little like kimono or whatever. I don't know. But you go to different countries, you can drink German beer, you can drink Asian beer, or like whatever.
fun fact.
Ooh.
Fun fact.
Oh, is it going to be about beer?
No,
Oh.
it's going to be about kimonos. So the Hawaiian shirt, the floral pattern Hawaiian shirt, is not a Hawaiian thing. It's not from Hawaii. They're actually a Japanese thing. Japanese women used to make shirts for their husbands out of their own old kimonos that were made out of like flowered pattern things. And Hawaii is a huge vacation spot for people in Japan, and they would wear these things there. And then the Japanese the Hawaiians just kind of
stole it.
adopted it.
They
Stole
definitely
those-
stole it
That's their own
after
thing.
it
And then
became part of the
renamed it.
U.S. They were like, we're going to take that, call it a Hawaiian shirt. That will one day be a Jeopardy question.
We hope we can help one of our listeners win.
So if you guys don't mind, I wanted to help out some of our listeners,
Let's help them.
and maybe you, because if you're planning a trip to Disney,
I'm not.
well, we know you're not.
Hypothetically.
I'm not anti. I used to be anti Disney, and the first time we took Joey, he was too young. I think he was like 1.5 maybe or something like that. And then the second time we took him, I think he was just about to turn 3, and you have to pay for him once they're 3 and older.
Right.
So I think we got him in like just before he turned 3. We were like, we did, done the park. We were getting ready to go, and I was still like, Disney's a joke. And then the parade's getting ready to start. We go and sit down and like get a place along the parade route, and Katie and Joey are sitting there like getting ready for the parade to start. I go grab some ice cream to bring it back. When I come back, there's a Disney employee like sitting there just snapping pictures of Joey. Joey was hamming it up for her. She was like, "Will you guys be here at the end of the parade?" And we were like, "I mean, yeah, we're gonna
Where
stay
the hell's we going?"
Yeah, we're gonna stay till the end of the parade, and then we're gonna go." She's like, "All right, just hang out here. I'll be back at the end of the parade." Parade comes through. She comes back at the end of the parade, and she's got this giant Mickey Mouse, and she just gives it to Joey. And Joey was like, just
Done.
beside himself. He was so excited, so happy. He was so happy that like I got a little tear in my eye, and I was like, "That's the bitch."
Disney magic.
I was like, "That's the magic of Disney." Like it is it that like I from that point on I understood.
And because you got that free stuffed animal, you probably spent double the amount of junk.
No, I never.
Oh.
When I go anywhere, I don't buy trinkets and toy. I don't buy shit. Like the
Fun
experience.
time, Dad.
I mean, so they what
And,
can bring
I-
it home and break it or fight over it.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, no. I mean, that is something I will go to my grave with. I don't need all that junk in my house.
Believe me, as soon as I see it on the floor, I just throw it away. The kids don't even know it's missing.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan
I
of
just-
lighting
One
money
day
on
Carter
fire.
and Izzy
So.
are gonna listen to this.
I
and be
just
like,
threw a trash bag full of shit away. I said, I don't think anybody needs it. I just throw it away. It's in the trash can.
I need to do that. I need to do that with my wife's tumblers.
Nobody knows it's gone.
What's a tumbler? Like a
cup,
Tervis tumbler?
A cup.
A cup. She keeps buying them, and there's
No room. 'cause
And there's
they
no
take up,
room.
They
There's no
take up
room.
so much fucking cabinet
Like the
space.
Tervis tumblers that like say like the green turtle.
Yeah, like you put drinks in to keep them colder, like a thermos kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah. She keeps fucking
Because they're
buying
so
them,
cute. You got it. You need a Dunkin' Donuts
and she
one.
keeps buying them, and they're ones that are not dishwasher safe. So I gotta fucking hand wash all of them.
Oh, so she's not buying the Tervis one. She's buying the knockoff joints.
yeah,
She's
yeah, yeah.
fucking with you. Is what she's doing.
So I legit feel like she's messing
Adds them
with
to
me,
the
and she
pile
does
of
it.
bottles.
She does it because the way we have it in the house, like I don't cook, she cooks, and then I just do the dishes. Like that's the thing. But every fucking day, every week, I keep looking over, and there's a new fucking tumbler, and then I grab it and flip it over, and it says like.
Just throw it in
Hey,
the top
watch-
rack. I throw everything in the top rack. I melt a few things, but most things come out fine.
She got one of those like water, like the big water things that you drink.
Water
like,
filter.
No,
The 5-gallon.
Yeah, like the ones you're supposed to like throughout the day you drink.
Yeah.
And she got it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, this is a fucking big ass water thing." Threw it in the dishwasher, and then it was melted.
I should have bought you one from Disney. I was looking for the popcorn shit that
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you ain't gonna find that.
Figment.
You're gonna
I know-
sell it.
because they re-released.
Did you get on that
them.
ride?
Fuck no. That
You know-
old ass ride.
You know,
I ain't got time for that. You know how many hours I spend in a line? You think I'm
it's gonna be awesome when Steph pulls up in like the brand new Hyundai Palisade, and she's like, "Steve, come out and see the car. It's got 21 cup holders. And it's gonna be all filled with
It has a
tumblers."
I know it fucking.
And Steve's gonna lose it. He's gonna
It
murder
makes me
someone.
it makes me laugh because it's just like it's to the point where it's just absurd now. Like it is.
Yeah, she's fucking with it.
Yeah, and I feel like she's definitely fucking with me because I gotta
Hey,
throw.
Steph, keep it up.
I now know what to get you for your birthday.
It's just gonna go with
Anybody that wants to get Steve a birthday present, get him any sort of tumbler. The bigger, the better.
Just make sure you have to hand wash it.
Get one with a big veiny dick on it.
All right, back to Disney.
Oh, well, yeah. So for the first time ever, I wrote some shit down.
Ooh.
Because intern, can you play some?
Disney
I don't
music.
know. No, because they'll probably sue us.
They'll be quick on that.
Give
Not
me-
like Kenny Hoopla.
Give me like some like some I don't know, some top 10 music or something. So here's my unofficial top 10, and some of these aren't funny, but these
Is it a top 10 or a not top 10?
This is in no particular order. Top 10.
No, I mean, is it top 10 good things or top 10 bad things?
I titled it loosely to maximize your fun in Disney.
Oh, okay. So these are right.
Yeah,
tips.
so we
We're
can
helping
now
out the
go
listeners.
into the health and leisure podcast.
and travel.
Yeah,
and
travel.
Okay. I'm looking this over.
and dishware.
Yeah.
There we go. Some of these aren't funny. Like I tried to genuinely give real advice. So I'm going to run through these pretty quick. And some of these, if I would have known prior to this one,
If future Jim could went back and talk to Pat.
God, future Jim would have so many magical moments.
okay, so
do it.
I'm retitling this Future Jim
letters to Pat.
letters to from the I don't know how future to the past. If I would only known now, would I
Sounds
would have
like
known
a Nicholas
then?
Sparks story.
Jim Back to the Future.
Yes, then maybe I might have willing to go, but now I'm not. Anyway,
Is that just a working title?
we're just, we're just working through the fucking kinks on this one.
So are you starting at 10 or 1?
There's no particular 10. On the third day, schedule a pool day because we averaged 8 miles a day, and it's a 12 to 15-hour day at Disney.
Oh, I know where this is going. Buy the shoes with the wheels on the heels, and you can just skate through the park.
Yeah. Soaps. You remember soaps?
so you could grind the benches along
Grind
the
all
wall.
the benches.
Yeah.
The first day I went to Disney, I decided to wear flip flops, and then after that day, I was like, "Nope, can't do it." Now, Joe,
Okay.
did you wear flip flops the entire time?
Of course.
Joe has calluses built up on his feet.
Joe's feet
He
look
can
like
wear-
they can walk to Mordor.
Is this all number 10?
This is all number 10.
This is going to be a long list.
I wasn't. It wasn't meant to be this long. You guys fucking chimed in with your soap shoes and shit. All right, number 9. Disney is a machine. Don't fight the machine. It's kind of a parlay off of number 10. You just have to give in.
Just accept it. Just spread
Accept
those
it.
cheeks
Yes,
and take it.
Yes, you can't. You're not outsmarting Disney. Just buy the Disney shirts and go about your day. Don't try to be cool. There's nothing. You're not looking cool with Disney. Okay, and here is the probably the best tip out of the whole thing. Maybe I should save this for one.
Why would he make that one?
Yeah.
I don't
They're in
know.
no particular
because
order.
they're
No
like
order.
you guys made me put an order. But
Well, I would figure when you make a list, you're like, all right, things to do. There's the one that sticks right out, and you put that one first.
Well-
you put that as 8.
my best one is number 1. That
Okay.
I'm gonna go
Okay,
to.
gotcha.
But I think if you haven't been to Disney or if you're trying to outsmart Disney,
Yeah, they think of everything.
they've already thought of before you could even think of
They
it.
could tell that Joe was grumpy and then gave his kid a stuffed animal.
They will take you to that literal breaking point and then wheel you back a little bit. They know the exact point in which you're like, nah, fuck this, I'm done.
You're meant to lose it, and then a cotton candy drops from the sky.
Yeah,
in
like
your
they're like
lap.
give you a freebie. There used to be something called a fast pass.
Yeah, that was the bracelets.
Right. It was free, wasn't it? It's great. They took that free away, and now you pay for it.
You know what's funny? And it's like $15,
It's
right?
$15 a person per day.
It's funny because people
Is that and that's just to get your name on a list in the lines? And is it
That's-
the same rules where you can only be on one or two lists at
Yes,
a time?
that's just so you can log in at 7 a.m. to compete, basically for one ride, one time, and then your family can get a fast pass to that ride, wait in front of the line, and then at 10 they release more, and then you can
try it again.
and you don't know what ride you're going to get because you could select it, and it's like, oh, sorry, gone, and
That
it might
sounds like a
be
nightmare.
it might be 10 a.m. and it might not be for until 5 p.m. But then they have Genie Plus.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Really?
So they withhold the Genie Plus app that the bump up in front of the line for one of the marquee rides in each park.
Like the Star Wars ride or
It
whatever.
is the Star Wars ride when we went. So you can pay additional $11 per person to ride that one ride on top of the $15.
Shit. So
So
do you do that every day or just
you would have to do it every day if you wanted to do it every day.
did you guys do it every day or did
The
you just,
first day I did not. And then I quickly
Don't fight the machine.
I was that's exactly right, because I was like, fuck that, I ain't paying that. We can bounce around, we can find the short ride, like the short lines. There are no short lines. 0 short lines at Disney. So then you start going, okay, $15 a person, and then add the 10, it's $25. So it's extra $100 for a family of 4 per day. And you're like, nah, maybe I won't do it. Maybe I will. We waited in that Star Wars line for 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh my god.
So hour and a half in, that fucking line. And
then you're committed. You can't leave after an hour and a half.
The width of the wait area is like 2.5 feet. You're like a cattle
and
going to slaughter.
And you couldn't like leave to like.
Yeah, what if you had to take a leak?
Almost like the hour and a half point. They have a little beer stand in line.
God, it's so smart.
$15 beers. But by
was
then,
that little beer you sent us a picture of?
No, that was in Epcot. But they could charge you $100 a beer. You're buying it totally random. I'm getting a little off topic. But you better hope your line neighbors are cool, because you're with them for an hour to 2 hours.
It's
in that
commitment.
case, it was 2.5 hours. We were waiting in one line. They were like up on your neck. And like the whole time. Like, we're not going anywhere. We got an hour, buddy. No one's getting in front of you.
Right.
They were right up against you just so nobody.
Right. And the one dude, my wife's sense of smell is, she could probably sniff out drugs from a football field away. This guy had body odor that I could smell.
Oh, that's tough.
And Nicole was losing her shit, because he was like sitting on the fence, and every time we would go up, he would get down, walk, boom, right back on it.
And every time he moved, it shakes the smell loose.
And there's fans at Disney in the line to like help you out a little bit,
right.
like blowing,
throwing you a bone,
like, blowing it like right on. And she's like, I thought we were gonna have to leave, and I'm like, we're not leaving. We've already been here for 45 minutes. We're finishing this ride. So yeah, if you get in line and there's some asshole either in front of you or behind you, step out of line and then wait till like somebody cool is getting in line, because you're gonna be with those people for like an hour plus. We ate at the Don Shula Steakhouse. This is number 8.
Is that on Disney's property?
Yeah,
it's in downtown Disney, right?
No, it's in one of the hotels.
Oh, you know what? I
forget
remember.
which one
It's in There's some green looking building. It's like a pyramid or something like that.
It's got like huge fish on the top.
Yeah,
of it,
yeah,
or a whale, or I don't know what
A dolphin?
Dolphin. Could be a dolphin. But I don't think it's a dolphin. It may be a cartoon dolphin. I don't know what the fuck it is, but eat at the Don Shula Steakhouse. It was the best steak I've ever ate in my entire life. It's like semi-fancy, except it's like a touristy, but it's still fancy. Like, the lights are dim. Right. You can tell how fancy a restaurant by how dim the lights are. The lights are pretty dim.
And then you have to pay for the sides.
Everything's a la carte.
Yeah, right,
you know, there's
that's how you know class.
It is pricey, but that's the only thing I remember from the whole trip, as far as being like
enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about that steak and the swordfish.
Did you eat there twice, or did you get 2 entrees?
Well, wife got one. I got
getcha,
one.
I
The
getcha.
kids got
Yeah.
the salmon. That wasn't the salmon pasta, but
They missed out.
what number I'm on?
Like 15.
Yeah, okay. So number 15. Only visit between October and May. If you go outside those times, you are fucked.
Well, it's Florida.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
last time we went end of June. At 10 a.m., it was 115 degrees with the heat index. At 10 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, Florida sucks.
That when I'm walking past at 10 a.m., I'm walking past the pool, and I see people just laying back at the pool, and the wife's like, "No, we got Magic Kingdom today." like that sucks. So the last time I was like, "I'm not going. You want to take off work, whatever. I'm not going past May." So this time the weather was great. It was 90 degrees or whatever. But do not, if you got one scheduled in like June, fucking cancel it. I'm truthful.
Now Disney's coming after us.
Yeah, I know.
Telling people not to go.
Okay, here's the one that Disney probably won't like. But you can order Amazon to your hotel and to your hotel room.
Shut up,
Oh, really?
You can. And that would save you a shit ton of money. And
for drinks?
Yes. Water is $5 a bottle. And it doesn't matter where you go. in Disney, because once you're on Disney, you're in Disney. Like
Right.
they have the entire area. You're not
Yeah.
going to 7-Eleven or a convenience store.
That is a fucking genius idea.
Well, I mean,
how did you figure that out?
We saw Amazon packages being delivered.
They let Amazon. I mean, if Disney didn't want to let Amazon trucks on their property, they wouldn't. So, I mean, they know about it.
You can order 2 cases on Amazon for what? $8
Yeah.
total, 40 some waters,
Yeah.
and you got to do it because
No, that's fucking
you
genius.
can
Hot
get some
tip.
groceries, get whatever.
You know how they serve those? They had those like fucking plastic cups. You can buy it for the week and get unlimited
Yes,
drinks or
I got
whatever.
I got 4 of them upstairs.
That
You should sell
that
them on eBay.
that thing. What resort did you stay at?
Caribbean Beach.
Okay, I think that's the same. Where it's like a pirate ship is in the pool or whatever.
Sure.
I think that's where. I think we're at the same one. My room was so far away from where the fucking soda thing was.
Yes.
That by the time I would go up there, I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go get this. I would walk all the way up there, fill up everybody's cups, come back to the room, and I'd already drank mine because it's so fucking far.
I was going to make that on the list
I
because
would
it's the
never buy
exact
that
thing.
again.
The last day I was there, I saw somebody buying their cup, and the lady at the cashier was like, "Oh, what building or where are you staying?" Like every section of buildings is something. Like we were staying like in Aruba, but there, every little section
Yeah,
is called
yeah.
something. And he said Aruba. She's like, "Oh, on 52 whatever, you can fill it up right there in Aruba." So they have other ones, but they're fucking secret. I walked around the whole thing. I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
On the
yeah.
last day. So when you stay there, it's not like you walk around the whole ground.
Joe just leans
Just
back
mounted.
and then
Okay,
attaches
I
it
think
to his
I think
nips.
we're on like number 8 or something.
Alright.
Some of the hotels have the gondola. If you
that
say
takes you into the park or
yes,
whatever.
it's
Okay,
so
yeah.
you don't have to take the bus
Oh, nice.
unless it's lightning. We were leaving Epcot and it would start to rain, lightning, and they shut them down. So then it's complete chaos. They're like, nope, go over all the way over here to catch up this bus, and then they send special buses around, and it's raining, pouring, and then there's like 100 people trying to catch one bus after about a half hour.
Gondola's like a boat, right?
No, gondola's like a ski gondola.
Oh, yeah.
They're awesome when they work. So these bunch of teenagers were trying to butt in front of us in line, and
That's the worst move
Oh,
with Nicole.
Oh,
I was
you
gonna
know
say,
my wife.
Mama Bear.
Nicole rung them up.
God, she was like, "Yeah, sure. Why don't you just go ahead because you're so important?" And the kid was like, "Shut down." He was like, no, ma'am, please go." And then we just walked right in.
That's so fucking funny.
She will shut you down quickly. She doesn't have any problem with that, and that's why I love her. This is number. Am I going backwards or forwards?
I think you're up to like 25.
Okay, so 25. I just wrote here. Forget about pooping. There's no time for that.
That is the sentence of a defeated Jim.
And okay, here's a real tip. Don't take your kids until they can walk the entire park by themselves. If your kid can't walk, they do not care. You'll be pushing the stroller and the fucking baby bag and everything else, and your kids are lathered up with so much sunscreen that see, I thought I saw pollen
Yeah, I feel like
building up on this kid's arm because it's like so sticky arms.
I feel like they
couldn't-
don't enjoy it. It's just the parents being like,
It's-
I'm a good parent because I took my kid to Disney.
It's just the parents going, "You're gonna love this. Look at this 8-foot tall Mickey," and the kid's fucking just scared out of his mind. He just wants to fucking go to sleep. And then the last, okay. Oh, I'm on number 1. I got to the last one. Can I get some like drum roll or something? I don't know. Intern, wake up. All right, so my number 1 rule or suggestion to maximize your fun at Disney
Don't go to Disney.
is don't take your kids because without the kids it might actually be an enjoyable trip.
I will say, if I could not have my kids in Epcot, I would have the best time of my entire life.
Kids just fight. They don't give a shit where you're at.
So why don't you just schedule a trip to go to Epcot? Like just
Because if Steph and I were going to go to
anywhere on vacation. it wouldn't
anywhere
be
vacation, Disney would be the last
Right.
fucking place.
You don't go to Disney. There. Okay, so I know I didn't cut corners and I didn't save as much money and I didn't coupon Disney. But for a family of 4, and we stayed at, I don't know what Caribbean Beach is. The wife planned it all. So maybe
I think
it's,
that's like the middle one.
okay, it's probably right in the middle grade. Sure. I would put that right there. We spent $11,000.
Oh my god!
And
Is that for 5 days or 7 days?
7 days, but I didn't even pay for my flights because I got all those with points for my American Express or for my Southwest card. So I mean, I don't know, maybe what's a flight? $300?
Yeah,
you know,
probably.
so okay,
there's
Another
$12
south.
bucks.
Yeah.
so and if you couldn't get free flights, you're paying $13,000 for an average. And I'm not saying like if my kids wanted something, you know, we bought them some tchotchkes and shit, but we didn't go crazy.
You know, we went. I remember when we went to. I went the week school went back. So it was like schools went back that week, and we went because then they gave us like the meal thing and all that shit was free.
They don't have that anymore.
They don't have that.
There's no fucking meal plan anymore.
That was the fucking best thing.
Okay, so number 0, you got to reserve all your restaurants ahead of time,
Yeah, that's what we did.
or you won't eat. Period.
So take an Uber. Take an Uber to the grocery store.
I'm sure you could.
Tip -1.
Instant cart. Just do Instacart.
That you could do.
Yeah.
I mean, sure. Like I said, there's ways you could probably finagle down a little bit.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, make sandwiches every day. Bring those into the park.
you can bring shit in the park.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw people. They were just surviving. They weren't having fun. I mean, they had towels over their head. They got those little electric personal fans blowing up on their face. They got like backpacks full of like first aid. They're just
having the time of their lives.
just having
God,
fucking,
nothing sounds like so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
Disney doing that
I'm not
shit.
going back.
This is the most grim episode we've ever had, and it's about Disney.
I know. I remember when I went to Disney. My thing was because it rains. Since it rains,
It
so
rained
fucking-
one time for
okay.
for like 45 minutes.
It rained every day when
We're
I
on
was
the
there.
gondola.
when we were on the gondola.
It rained every day. So my whole thing was I talked to every single worker. Like I just would talk to all the workers that there, and I would just try to figure out what it's like
Get
to
'em to
work
break-
it,
get 'em to
them
break
break and ask
character, yeah.
what it's like to live in Disney, like when they go home, tell me some like awful stories that they would do, and it was. The most I got out of somebody, I was just like the park's closing. I was like, "Don't you hate having to stand here while everybody's, you know?"
You just make them feel
want people-
terrible
just
about
want-
their
You just want
lives.
these people to get out of here, like me. You want me to
Don't
get
you
out
don't
of
you
here?
want to punch me in the face
And
right
they're
now?
like, don't you hate it? And they're
What if I called you a bitch?
they're like,
What
no,
if I said
I
you...
love Disney. I love Disney. I'm like, oh, okay. It's like when you go home, like how many people are in your room? You
How many
stay.
people do you have
How
to
many
live
people
with?
do you have to live with to work it? And they're like, oh, we have like 7.
Oh my god!
I was like, how many bathrooms? They're like 1. I was
You're
like,
all sweaty by the end of Disney. The kids are crying. Everyone is just pissed off, and you go back to your room and you get a shower, and you fall asleep better than you've ever fallen asleep before.
Well, that's
because
good.
You are,
So there's the bonus.
okay, if
You
you
get good
if
sleep.
you are an insomniac and truly can't get to sleep, go to Disney. I guarantee you will sleep like a fucking baby.
Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram.
all those things at Jim Joe Steve.
Jim Joe Steve.
Give us a call at
Give us a call.
846
856
the JJSS.
856-843-5577.
And tell us about your Disney experiences.
Tell us
your tip.
how much you love Disney.
All right, for the Jim Joe Steve Show, my name is Joe,
I'm Steve.
I'm Jim.
and we'll see you soon.
Bye.